Let's blaze it up.
Fire it up.
It's Colin's Blazing 5. Falcons and Vikings.
I'm going to take Minnesota at home, lay the 5.5 points. They're a great home team. 4 of their wins have come by over 6 points. Top 10 in scoring offense and scoring defense, number 5 this year. And here's the issue. They are aggressive. They are second in the league in takeaways, 4th in sacks, and Kirk Cousins for Atlanta is reeling. He looks old. They'll come after him in his last 3 games. 0 TDs and 6 picks and a passer rating in the 50s. I think the Vikings playing for more and have more momentum. 33-24. I like the Vikings to cover.
Whoa, that's a big one. Usually Colin doesn't really do that. You guys know I'm mega high on the Minnesota Vikings. That's very obvious. This is a big game for them because obviously having the Lions beat the Packers, no ground. In the obvious, have one of these random drops right now this late in the season because the number 1 seed and winning the division is still right there. Like it's still the taking. You wanted to see the Lions lose, obviously, against the Packers. And here's the interesting thing, though. Obviously, we know it's like a homecoming for Kirk Cousins. It's not like Kirk Cousins spent a million years there with the Vikings and had all these high moments. Like I know he'll be like respected and it'll be like a nice little homecoming, but it's not like this big moment. At least I don't think it is. I'm curious how Minnesota Vikings fans feel about it, honestly. I think it'll be more of just like a basic homecoming. It's not going to be like a Saquon Barkley returning to New York Giants or something like that, or Tom Brady returning to New England. Let's be real here. The big dark horse here, the big wild card is that it does feel like Kirk Cousins is essentially playing for his career right now. So he's going to bring it all. He's going to be as focused as you can possibly be. And I think the team is going to know that as well. The team's not dumb. There's enough smart guys there. They know, the coaching staff knows, they know, and they want to see Kirk Cousins succeed. They want to succeed. They want him to beat his old team. Nobody wants to see anyone to fail. So you are probably going to get a great punch from the Falcons. The question is will their great punch still be enough against this great Minnesota Vikings team? This is going to be a tough game. Since it feels like Kirk Cousins is playing for his career and he's kind of returning back to Minnesota, and now Minnesota's rolling, playing great, right? They obviously, it's kind of like up for debate, could have Kirk Cousins have stayed in Minnesota, at what price, how would that have unfolded? I think if you just kind of look at it from the more like humanistic side of things, if the Minnesota Vikings really do win 33-24 and Kirk Cousins, I don't know, has like a 60% completion percentage and throws an interception and a fumble or something, it just is like not a good game and the Minnesota Vikings win convincingly, that'll actually be kind of a sad moment, honestly. Again, Minnesota Vikings fans are like, I don't care, whatever, keep up, let's go. But it will be a little bit of a sad moment to see Kirk Cousins pretty much looking at his old team. They're doing great. They're a legitimate top contender in the NFL. Sam Darnold's balling. He now might be done playing in the NFL, at least for the time being. It's just the human side of the story, that element of it all would be a little bit sad, honestly. So it's if I'm watching this game and I see Kirk Cousins, getting sacked and beat up by that great Minnesota Vikings defense, I'll feel a little sad. Honestly, it'll make me feel just a little bit I don't want to, this doesn't feel good. But I do expect the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. They should win this game. They need to win this game. And there's just no room for these trap drop little random games at this point because the Lions keep winning. The Lions easily could have lost that game against the Packers. That was a game that people would have been able to easily explain away and say, oh, well, look how injured the defense is and the Packers are hot and all of this. And that could have easily been a game that's hey, we can't win every single game. But they found a way to win that game. And, you know, unfortunately, that just continues to keep the pressure on the Minnesota Vikings. And it's, you know, it's going to come down to the end, seemingly. That's how it feels. And obviously a couple more divisional games to see how this all unfolds. So, yeah, this is, I'm expecting, especially if the Vikings are going to be as good as I think they are, this should be one of those. I don't know if this is how the final score is going to come, but this should be like, yeah, you should watch this game if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan and feel like, yep, the Vikings are clearly the better team. This was never a doubt. Sam Darnold is we're happy that we got Sam and we moved on from Kirk Cousins. Like this is great. We're trending in the right direction. They're trending in the wrong direction. That's the game that you're looking for. You're not looking for a close game. Again, unless Kirk Cousins actually really balls out and he's really playing for his career. And you're like, yeah, well, Kirk Cousins not a scrub. Kirk Cousins did get his contract for a reason. He did get that money for a reason. Outside of him, like being able to really kind of show that and kind of empty it all out there, you know, the takeaway really should be a convincing win. The only door that I'm leaving open for that to not happen is if Kirk Cousins really is like, hey, I'm not done yet. Don't bury me just yet. Don't be moving on to a rookie quarterback just yet. But anything short of that, this should be the Vikings. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about this game? Are you even somewhat conflicted as a Minnesota Vikings fan watching this? Like, you know, do you want to see that Kirk Cousins maybe do well, but still beat them? You know, like I'm curious to see like how Minnesota Vikings fans. Do you have any type of positive feelings towards Kirk Cousins? Or are you kind of like, think of the past, move on, let's go? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.